What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. My name is Bleeves. We're here to talk about this crazy crypto market and everything that's going on in the space right now. First up, Cassie Wolf, the Duchess of DeFi for Bencoin, just posted a picture along with BitBoy posting a picture about an hour earlier. They are at Rare Evo in Denver. Lillian Finance token will be listed on MEXC in a little over 8 hours right now. Bitcoin supply is down to a 5-year low, and analysts are talking about how it's going to react. Coinbase has outlined a decentralization plan for its base blockchain. Pepe is down 15%. I just went long on Pepe, by the way. Let's see what happens there. Shiba Inu's Bone token is up 17% today because Lucy posted a picture of the Shibarium blockchain bridging her Bone tokens. So Shibarium is live. It is in full effect. And this is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleeves. This is Bedtime with Bleeves. Shibarium is now live. It is printing blocks. We are ready to go. We've got everything in place. Everything that we wanted to see happening is happening. And now that begs the question, what is about to happen with Shibarium? What are we going to see over the next couple of days? What kind of burn rate? At this point, it's all going to be, I think, I'm going to guess, speculation about what those burns are really going to look like when we really start to see them wrap up. I think we'll see some data coming. We've got burns happening, right? We've got some minor burns that have been kind of coming through, but I don't think we've really seen anything significant or massive. So I'm not sure about the functionality. Again, we're going to learn about what it is and what these guys are looking at, talking about when the burn is happening, because it's supposed to burn on every single transaction. So far, just to give you guys an update on the number of transactions, let's go back over here and check it out. There are now 101,000 total transactions, 275,000 blocks minted, 45,000 wallet addresses attached to Shibarium at this point. Now, one thing that is, of course, a problem here is that 90% of the blocks with internal transactions are indexed, which means that it's gone down from earlier in the day. So, it's going to take a few moments for us to get this worked out and to really get an idea of what's going on. I'm going to put this in dark mode because, god damn. But as you can see right here, we don't have a number on exactly how much bone, but look at this contract creation. So we have a new contract created. There are new tokens. And if you are looking, you can come over here to Ethereum. You can come to Dex Tools and scroll down. And there is now support for Shibarium somewhere on this list. There was just an announcement for it. And if I don't see it right now, it might be that I need to refresh. But they are offering support. Now, there it is right there. All right, so Shibarium right here is supported. Ryoshi is the #1 token trending on Shibarium right now. Let's go look at market cap. What is going on right here? No data yet. Woof. has launched. Remember, Wolf was going to be one of the very first ones launched, 141,000 in liquidity. Treat is on here, wrapped with bone, just launched. It's a lot of new tokens kind of popping out. Stools, Shiba Tools, pretty funny name. Nexus has launched. This does not look good right here. Nexus looked like a scam. Dog has no data yet. Shib Bald has launched so far. Looks like it's reversing a little bit. So we've got meme tokens being launched. We've got activity on the blockchain. It is rudimentary. It is very early. We don't have a whole lot of information yet. Bone Killer we have out here right now, up a little bit. Wolf, I think, was supposed to be the big one on the block. Has about 196,000 so far. So that's going to be the big one, right? Oshi liquidity is 141,000 on Wolf. Now, if you remember, Wolf Finance was indicated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, launched about 8 hours ago. Had its nice little run up so far. Wicked out at 37, trading at 17 right now. So this had quite a bit of liquidity in it at one point, almost 500,000, it looks like. So a lot going on in the background. Wolf Finance supposed to be the first big token to be launched. It is part of their ecosystem, and it is a lender for that's going to help you in this ecosystem. So a lot going on. At least we now have some information. We don't have information on the burns. We don't have what we really, really kind of want, but here we are. Maddie B, good evening to you. PS5, what is going on, my man? Tony P is in the house. Slap Yo Mama is in the house. Honda is in the house. Knox Bill is here. Richard Nelson, Shibarium, let's go. We got it, man. It's going on. Luke Denson, the SHIB Army needs to vote to raise the burn transaction fees. Still much too low for the 1 cent dream to be realized in 2 decades. That's based on information. You have no idea what the burn rate is at this point. We don't have information to really do that. So you don't know you don't even know what the transaction fees are, because it's not properly calculated, because it's not indexed right. So once it's all done, once we actually have had a little time, then we'll do that. And if that is the case, then we'll raise it. That's what a DAO is for. That's what the purpose is. Now that it exists, now that we can do that, let's have just a little bit of time to really see what the numbers are and not pretend that it's not enough, because it could be that it was 10 times. Remember, when we were talking about this initially, there was some indication that there were going to be that half of the supply could be burned in the first year, that up to 150 to 250 trillion tokens could be burned in the first year, and that is gigantic. So the question at this point is going to be, is that an accurate number? Is that true? And if so, why are we trying to speed it up? It's not a bull market yet. It doesn't really matter. Look, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You got to lose yourself in some shit or other. It's the rapper with the platinum blonde Caesar guy. He says that. I know he says that. So do this at the right time. Like don't start trying to figure out how to make a bull market happen when there is no bull market to happen. Like that does not end well. I assure you. You have to get a shot. Like, let everything play out the way that it should. And I get a feeling and I get a sense that these things have a way of working themselves out. Look, at one point, SHIB went on the most parabolic run cryptocurrency has ever seen. Can it do it again? Probably not, but it can still go to tremendous heights. All it has to do is have a little bit of time, a little bit of opportunity to build. It's building in a bear market. We're not going to change the bear market. Luke, there's no new investors coming into the market yet. We need to see that happen before we can realize, because raising the burns on the transaction fee, it doesn't accomplish as much as, I don't know. You know what? Maybe it does. I don't really give a shit. If they burn 500 trillion tokens tomorrow, I'll be a happy camper. So, but I right now I own I think I have 30 million SHIB in one wallet, and I am long right now with 440, I want to say, million. Let's, I'll tell you how many in just a second here. We went long today on SHIB, and we currently are sitting on 250 million SHIB tokens is what we're currently holding on to. And we have 1.13 billion Pepe tokens. So hopefully we're going to see a nice play out on Pepe as that one starts to run as well. But I mean, again, I don't know why I'm disagreeing with you, actually. I don't give a shit how fast it burns. Justin W., what is going on? Bio says Blaze X is in the house. Robert Jessen, good evening, Blaze. Go Shib Army. Love how you are straight up on your calls. Maybe give a look at El Hippo. We'll probably have to do that at some point. Antoine says it's live right now, but we have the FOMO meeting tomorrow. There we go. Ryo is in the house, going to stake my 1K bone. That's a big deal. Earn more. I mean, look, at some point, this thing is going to have an epic run. And by that, I mean Bone, not SHIB. Bone is going to have an epic run. And when it does, for a lot of people, your life is never going to be the same. So at this point, I would caution against buying at the current price simply because I'm staring at it. And I don't think that there's I can't imagine that it's going to go just absolutely parabolic immediately. Like there has to be some level of correction, stuff like that. There might still be a buy opportunity at a lower price. These things do have a way of working themselves up and down based on the market. So there could be one more buy opportunity, two more buy opportunities, could be another month worth of buy opportunities as it burns. Again, Luke could be 100% right, and the burn level is not even close to what it should be, and it's going to need to be amped up in order to accomplish what everybody wants accomplished. So we'll see what happens. Jay Locke says, good evening, y'all. Balls in the holes. Public live or private mode? It is public live, balls. You can get in there right now and drop your balls right in and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to pull out at this point. Right now, 46,000 wallets. Wait till we get to 1 million from testnet. That's right. That's it right there. 46,000 wallets. We don't know what the rate is, but we do know that there were 1 million people on test center. So this might end up being incredible. It takes 25,000 bone from adding. Takes 25,000 bone from adding up all of the burn transactions to even have one burn of SHIB. Okay, and that I don't know what that's based on. So, but I mean, there's going to be people that are looking into it, but it can't take 25,000 bone. There's no way that it takes $40,000 to burn one SHIB or something like that. So, I got it. Never mind. I got what Luke's saying. It takes 25,000 bone from adding up all of the burn transaction fees to even have one burn of SHIB. Okay, so now I get what you're saying. But that also means that about $40,000 is going to be burned. So now the question would become, how much have we saved up? And we don't know the answer to that yet. It's not being it's not being tracked. So how do we know how much that is? Tim Davies says, good evening. Captain's Channel says, ahoy, matey. Avast ya landlubbers. Local 420 is in the house. Anthony Tholen is here. David Hamaker, do you think that we will burn trillions? Of course I do. This is written in the stars right now. And if it isn't, then you have to at least consider that they're going to up the burn, right? The burn fee, here we go. The burn fee is 0.00000002385. So the more transactions, the more burn. We'll have a few days here. We'll know some numbers. We'll see some numbers. And if the numbers are underwhelming, they will become overwhelming because the DAO will start to vote to raise the burn rate. Like this is just the start of it. This is it. Now, and Blunt right here, I think Wizard Cell is in the house. Blunt right here, I think this right here kind of summarizes 1.3 million holders of SHIB. 1.3 million holders, only 88,000 bone holders. If you haven't figured it out now, you're slow. Bone is the golden ticket. Bone, by the way, just to give you guys a tiny perspective here, there are 250 million. Let's go over here. Let me actually show you. We're looking at BNB right here. So BNB has a circulating supply of 153 million off of a circulating supply of, I want to say 200 million. Was that right? And then Bone, on the other hand, they have 200 million. I'm sorry. And then Bone has 250 million max, 229, 923, 351 in circulation. Now, consider this. BNB is the gas fee for PancakeSwap and all of those. Bone is for Shibarium. What if Shibarium has the type of run that BNB has had without CZ Binance stealing people's money or whatever it is that he's allegedly doing, right? Because let's not forget here, a year ago, Bone was trading as high as $354. All-time high, it was up at $666, 676 because they hate the devil's number. You know what I'm talking about. You know it was 666, but they made it 676 just because it's a conspiracy, and it's my conspiracy, so it's got to be right. You know what I mean? But the price action for Bone, I'm sorry, but the price action for BNB has hovered around $290 to $350 for a long period of time. Now, they have a 20% less supply than SHIB, so than Bone. So by proxy, as this ecosystem builds, what becomes then the value of Bone? At least consider that. Over here, by the way, we do have Cassie out here doing her thing. We have what is going on here? Hey, yo, our Ben booth is going to look swank when Morel Crawford is done with it. We're right across from MetaMask. Join Ben Coin now. So we have Cassie out here doing her thing. Then we also have BitBoy is also at the booth. Advocacy, education, transparency, representation. They're going to have to work on that. It's going to have to be representation, advocacy, transparency, and education. It's going to have to be the rate method or something. Austin says the tier method, but I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, nod, nod. But anyway, back on track here. Shib burn is it's still unknown. We're going to have to figure it out. When we figure it out, we'll know what's going on. Mighty Meme is in the house. Eminem is in the house. That's not Eminem. Oh, that's the, yeah. And I got to lose myself and eat the spaghetti. Yeah, that's the spaghetti man. Spaghetti man. He's the one that does all that kind of shit. Right. So, all right, let's keep moving down here. ASAP Mason, Bone to the moon. Guys, I'm telling you right now, Bone is going to have an amazing, amazing run. All we have to do is have a little bit of patience and stick with what I mean. Really, like, I disagree with Luke, but I'm going to stick with what he says, because guess what? Again, if it's not burning enough, let's burn more. But I'm going to wait to see what it actually is burning before we do that. So we'll see what's happening here very, very soon. It's not going to take very long before we really have some information on it. But I mean, guys, look, there are we've got 100, we have 207 250,000 blocks are already minted. They're continuing to go. Rewards are being paid out. Wallet addresses are still sitting at 45,000, but again, 90%. Overnight, we're probably going to see this thing really kind of evolve and really kind of explode. Now I'm curious what contract. You know what? We don't have time for that. We're going to check out the contract later. All right, here we go. Contract created. Goddamn, I don't have time to click through here. We're not going to do that tonight. All right, so let me move on here. We're going to go back to SHIB in just a minute. I got a few things that I wanted to go over. Raymond Ayala made a post here. Get in before it's too late. Lillian Finance is being listed on MEXC. MEXC IEO hits a maximum ROI of 6,647%, and 94% of new assets remain profitable to date. So Lillian Finance is going to be listed there pretty soon. Lillian, as a matter of fact, up 7% on the day. Not, by the way, it's been trading up in these higher levels over here. So there were some dips that it had right before the announcement. So like to see a little bit of a reversal. Really like to see it catch up here near this top range before we start talking about it and we start going all in saying that Lilly Finance is going to do anything. It really has to recover a little bit, and really 3x from here looks to be kind of the major point of resistance. That if it's going to do anything, it's going to have to get to look. Investors are looking right at 6,600 is probably going to be the line to gain right here because you have this resistance right here. You have the resistance right here. You have a tiny amount of support and resistance right here, but you got resistance right here, and you got a little support and resistance in here. Obviously, that is a zone of control or a point of control for this project. So it's going to, I probably value area high, I guess. We'll see how this thing plays out. Not sure yet, but we definitely want to see it pump before we start going all in on it. So that's out of the way. Bitcoin exchange supply is now dropped to a 5-year low. And what is the Bitcoin price going to do? I also saw a very interesting article, by the way, while we're talking about this, from BlackRock about will BlackRock, because a lot of people are talking about, will BlackRock go down to, I want to say, they think 15,000 or 20,000 is the number that they want to get it down to, and it makes absolutely no sense. Okay, just so you guys understand, like I don't think that there's any way that BlackRock does not want the price to go up right now, because here's the thing: if BlackRock does that, then that's going to make all of their investors not give a shit about cryptocurrency for a while. And they're not going to want to invest in cryptocurrency. And that means that they are wasting a whole lot of effort, and they're wasting a whole lot of money on what amounts to nothing in this situation, in this market. So I do believe that BlackRock will control the price. And I do think that we will have perhaps a natural, we'll probably have a natural sort of move on Bitcoin down to, let's pop over here. We're going to have some rallies, we're going to have some dips, we're going to have whatever, right? But generally speaking, I think we still come down to 24,250. Now, tomorrow morning, Jackson Hole, you're going to have Jerome Powell, who's going to be speaking at Jackson Hole at 9:05 a.m. So it'll be after our show, so we won't know early on what's happening, but he's still out there. And by the way, I do have some new indicators that I'm going to share with you in just a little bit. It's an artificial intelligence moving average. I've got a slow moving line, which is the red line, and I've got a fast moving line, which is the green line. And the idea here behind the strategy is, and it works on higher time frames. Apparently, it works on all time frames. But if this thing crosses over, then it's going to be a strong buy signal. So we'll look at that in a little bit. But again, Bitcoin price, I don't think that we're going to see the dip that people think, because I believe that, and there's a lot of finance guys behind this right now saying, BlackRock's not going to let it dip like that, because that's not good for their business model. That's a waste of money by throwing it at Bitcoin only to then dunk on the price action. So, we'll see whether or not they do or not, but I don't think so. I think this is, I think that now that BlackRock is in here, I think that we're on our way. We're just slowly making our way there. They don't want too much movement until they get active and they get the spot ETF approved. That's the point where I think they really want to see something positive start to happen. Also, Coinbase is now outlining a decentralization plan for Base with fault proofs and OP client diversity. So Coinbase core team said it will work on decentralizing the network by implementing fault proofs and using diverse client software to keep the network censorship resistant, moving away from the existing phase where Coinbase is the sole entity operating the Base network's sequencer. Coinbase, in collaboration with the decentralized autonomous organization Optimism Collective, will work on transitioning Base towards full decentralization. However, the team has not provided a specific timeline for this transition. So they intend to take it to decentralization, but they are not there yet. Moving on here, Pepe coin has dropped 15% because guess what happened? You're not going to believe this one. Pepe coin had a multi-sig wallet, and the price of Pepe is down 15% because they changed the multi-sig wallet from needing 5 of 8 signatures all the way down to only needing 2 of 8 signatures, which drove everybody crazy because they were like, oh my God, they're going to steal all of our cheddar cheese and our biscuits and whatever the fuck they think that people are going to be taking out of Pepe. Here's the problem. Pepe doesn't have the Pepe holders. They don't have a supply. There is no supply that this is the people's token at this point. So the largest holders of Pepe are OKX and Binance, and they hold about 2.5%. The only holders of more than 2.5% of Pepe are OKX and Binance. And the top 6 holders, 5 are exchanges. So the circulating supply equals the maximum supply. So there's a minimal risk for traditional rug. The tokens belong to the community. So they're not going to get into it and they're not going to steal anything. This is just, they're just changing it for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's an irrelevant reason at this point. So a lot of people started to, oh my God, it's going to rug, blah, 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 taking their money out, and you're seeing a dunk on the price. But guess what? That's not going to stay that way. It won't stay that way for very long. People are going to be like, oh, that's fucking stupid. And the next thing you know, you're going to see Pepe do a stark reversal pretty soon. A lot of big money in Pepe, a lot of big money sitting over here saying, oh, hell yeah, this thing is going to reverse. I don't know if it, at this point, I don't know how long it takes or if it will go back to this 1400 number, which I was telling you not that long ago was going to happen. But I got in down here at 92. So I'm good. We're going to be in a good position for a long time. I don't have a liquidation point until like 8,000. And now if you zoom back out here, it's not touched 8,000 since it launched. So I think it's going to be okay. Like I think, I think the price action is going to be just fine down in this range. So my liquidation point is low enough that I get a sense that, when it comes down here, which is done before, it also sparks a gigantic and massive relief rally, which got it up to 1,900 last time. So will it do the same thing again? That's going to be the question. Well, people are going to decide pretty soon what that case is, and this sentiment will reverse on a dime very, very soon. I guarantee it. Shiba Inu token bone booming 1,000% on chain amid new Shibarium update. And again, the Shibarium update is that it's gone through. So it's up 17% overall. Lucy posted that the bridge bone has arrived. You can check yours at Shibascan. So we're all good, at least for right now. We just need some data, and Shib burn does not have a massive burn here yet. And I think that, burning 40,000 at the current price is going to be somewhere in the 32 billion range or something like 32 million. Is it be 32 million? No, be 300 million, 300 million, 4,400. Fucker. Now I can't even do the math. So what are we trading at? We're trading right now at 608. All right. So 40,000, roughly 70%, gonna make it 28,000. So 28,000 being burned at that level is gonna be 5.6 billion or 56 billion. 5.6 billion. Yeah, 5.6 billion. So 5.6 billion would be what we expect to see out here when we hit that 25,000 number. So we'll see a massive burn happen. And the question is, how quickly do we start seeing these massive burns happening? At this point, remember, we only have 45,000 wallets connected out of 1 million wallets that were connected on testnet. Over the next couple of days, you're going to start to see a big move over here. Now, next up, the crypto exchange backed by Fidelity, Citadel, and Charles Schwab is set to use Anchorage Digital as a custodian. I don't know how this complies with the SEC or doesn't for whatever they need to do, but Anchor Digital is now the clearinghouse for the EDX market. Now, for those of you that don't know or you've been sleeping under a rock, EDX is the institution-only crypto website here in the United States. And I think just being that is actually a very big thing for the industry. So I get the sense here that that's going to be a big deal, and that's going to be real important at some point very, very soon. Now, on to Bitcoin. Let's get into, by the way, liquidity. I'm going to make this real quick here. If you look at the liquidity map right here, it looks like we pumped a little too much. We're missing all of this liquidity down here. We've got to come back down and pick that up. This again, this is the high time frame, high risk, high leverage positions. This is the 100x, the 50x, the 25x. This is the degen shit right here, where we're just betting on it going in one direction or another. This is not the long-term leverage positions, but you know, it looks like it's moving up despite that it really needs to come down here and grab it. And same thing over here. Even if it is making this move, you can see there's an enormous gap between where the liquidity is, which is there's a tiny bit right here. There's a gigantic amount right here, but we're not getting from here all the way up here without coming back into here and grabbing this liquidity. And again, that 22,000 number that a lot of people talk about is because of this giant pool right here. You know, that's where the money is, and Bitcoin is probably going to go to where the money is. It always does, so it's not going to stop now in doing that. So we come up to a higher time frame, and we look at this again. I have the AI moving averages right now. So these are the idea behind the AI moving averages is when it's trending in a direction and it flips, then that is a buy signal. So we got the buy signal right here when we were in this range right here. You could see it starting to play out over here, but it doesn't give you the signal until it actually confirms. When it confirms, and it uses a volume oscillator, which we can see down here. I'm not a fan of the volume oscillator so far, but there is another one that I wanted to use, and I forgot to install it before we started, so I will leave that one behind for the moment. But when the green crosses over the red, I made it simple. I turned everything, it was like purple and green, different colors. I turned it green and red. When the green goes over the red and we're in an upward direction, then that is your buy signal. Now, problem with this is I could have bought in here at 23,000, and then it came back down here to 21,000. Then it came back up here to 25,000. Then it came way down here to 19,000 before moving way up. So I'm not sure about the 100% about the accuracy as it plays out here. So for me, it looks like this long time frame is going to have to be very low leverage positions. Like I wouldn't go more than 3 to 5x on this. I'm guessing at this point. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm guessing because I don't know. I haven't played with it yet. I haven't tried to figure out how it's working. But if you use like a 2 hour or if you use a 1 hour, then you know maybe it looks a little bit better. Maybe we can see this playing out. So we saw this right here. Okay, well this is perfect actually. So let's see what we've got. Shit. So up here, we've got a crossover. We've got the crossover from the green to red right there, which was indicative of a massive drop, by the way. So perfectly called that one. However, coming back over here, we see the bullish crossover happen right here, which ended up being a fake out because it came back down while still being in the green. So it's still got some issues. Now, the one thing that it does say, I was reading up on it, and I guess I should have pointed out, the one thing that it does say is look for it to break out of a range before you start using it. So could be that this sideways action right here, you will get wrecked on if you're using this. What you're looking for is a breakout. Now, this right here looked like a breakout, right? So this was a fake out instead of a breakout, and that's going to happen with any indicator, by the way. Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what game you're playing. You're always going to find some indicator and some algorithm is going to try to fake you out in some way. So what we're looking for now is we're going to be looking for a cross. We're going to be looking for this move to the upside with some kind of move this way, right? And if that happens and this green starts to flip over here across that red. Now, the red is the slow moving line. It's the longer time frame, and it's an EMA. It's expanded moving average. So if we get a crossover right in here, I'm going to go long, and I'll let you know how it plays out. If it doesn't, then You know, we'll see what happens. Like if it's a loss, it's a loss. I'll take the loss. It's going to be kind of a learning curve because this is an AI algorithm that will get better over time at figuring this stuff out. That's the whole idea behind it. It's trying to figure out these two, this entire scenario right here. What it does say though, in their basically in their employee handbook, is, let's try this right kind of here. That's not right. Let's close that. Try it one more time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so all right, so here's what I think you can probably expect to happen over the next little while. As it is right now, I would think that we're going to have a move. Okay, so you got a couple of points right here that are going to matter for the moment, right? You got right here and right here. And then you've got this little range right here in the middle. So if you're making any plays at all, then what you're going to do is you want to pay attention to this right here and look for directional clues as to which direction that it's going. The best thing that you can probably do at this point is, if you're going to make any play on it, wait for a move up here. If you get a move up here, then short it back down here. This is the point. This is what you would call the point of control. This is where all the volume is in this range right now. So that's probably where you're going to see all of the trading volume as we range sideways for the next little while. So if it comes back down and you lose this position right here, then you're going to look for you might even look for a short going down into this range. But once you get down to this range, as you can see from this wick over here and this over here, once you get down to this range, that's going to be your position to go long, because there's a lot of buy pressure coming from this range right here. Now, that being said, I do have to remember that down here is probably the next big move, and that's going to be down around here at 24,200. So we still have to pick up liquidity. So that looks like the probable move. So I don't know how this is exactly going to play out yet. Might be easier to make one of those rectangle spots again. But anyway, so generally speaking, the idea here is, let's close that out. The volume is trading right in this little range right here. So any moves that we make are probably going to be in this little zone until we break from the zone. When we break from the zone, then we're coming down probably to 24.2 if we break down on the zone. If we break up, then we're going to go to all right, don't tell me. God damn it. If we break, then we're going to be going to right about there. So maybe about, there we go, right around 28,900, probably going to be the maximum area that we can go to in this little run up here. So yeah, that looks about where you know what, let's put a ray there too, 28,009 right about there. So that looks like about the top of what we could possibly do. If we do that, then I would be looking to go short in that position, because there's just no way. At this point, it doesn't look like we're going up very much over that, not unless we come back down here and make that play down to this area and get the liquidity that's in this pool right here, because it is a significant amount. So if we get a play down here, go long, expect that we're going to come up into this 32,000 range for a test, right? It's not going to be that straight line, by the way, but you know, that's the idea behind it. And then if we come up here, then this is going to be the maximum area. Most likely we're going to reject off of this area, but if any reason we break out, then that's the next area after that before coming back down. Again, we still have to come down here and get this liquidity. So no matter what, we are coming back down to 24,200, because that's where the money is right now. So just remember that, and don't quote unquote get it twisted, as they say. So let's close that out right now, and let's get into this degen stuff here. Starting to see a little pump on Lillian Finance. It was 2,100 when we started. It's 2,399 right now. So They're getting themselves a little green candle. Again, not up to the last couple of days. So like to see a little bit more coming from that. They do have, I mean, I guess you could say that there is kind of an arrowhead formation. So that is the potential for a breakout. But as by the rumor, sell the news would tell you, the likeliest play out is boom, down to right here. So that is the likeliest play out. No matter what anybody tells you, that's the most probable thing that's going to happen there. So Bone up 13% to $1.38, rejecting right here at this $1.45 level right now. It looks like it took a few swats at it, hasn't broken through. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of hours, minting a green candle on the 1 hour. So maybe a reversal is in the way, but it looks more like, if I'm making a guess, that we've got the wick down here. We've got a little bit of a wick right here, meaning there's probably downside coming. Then we got a big wick coming down, and then we got a reversal, and then a big wick and rejection off of that. So we could be coming back down a little bit more before we start to make another test, or could come down here just a penny or two more, and then all of a sudden we get a big wick and we get a big reversal. It's going to depend on the news coming out from Shibarium, I'm sure, at this point. Advantis is up to 1278. Volt at 2486, 100x at 2747. Grumpy Cat 4426. Shib 8175. Losing a little steam, a little momentum. Still waiting. You know, at some point we're going to see a big reversal on Shib. Just we'll see something happen here. We just haven't seen it break out yet. WAGMI had a nice little move up into the 1300s up until a couple of hours ago. And then the proverbial shit hit the fan, I guess, and it went from 1330 all the way down to 1230. That is a big move. It looks like a very big or coordinated sort of sell-off at that point. Not sure what was going on here. Yeah, it looks like it's it's one wallet. It's just a couple of small wallets that are doing multiple sell-offs, and it's I know that wallet. I don't know why, but it's happening. Ben still kind of idling in this area. Popped up to 3,600, wasn't sustained, came back down. Looks like, and I'm not telling you that it is, but it certainly looks like we're about to have a reversal. However, again, if we're looking at wicks for confirmation of something, then we look right here and we see a nice big wick showing us that we got upside momentum. Then we got the big upside momentum, and we got a big wick up here, meaning downside momentum is most probable. So we'll see how that plays out in the next little while. Pepe down to 91.84. It's going to have to go across the United States, across the Asian communities, across the Arab communities, across the European, before we see a reversal. Tomorrow morning for Pepe, if it survives overnight, we'll probably see Jesus Christ, that was a big move. It just it just had a gigantic move. You guys saw that, right? Nah, maybe it's not that much. Anyway, so I think it's going to have a big move. I did buy at the bottom, so I do think that we're going to have a big move on that. Shibburn is showing. Let's get an update on that. See if there's any kind of big, there's no gigantic burn that just happened. So burn rate is up 20% in the past 24 hours to 85 million. Drops in the bucket, guys. Just small amounts. Nothing to get too excited about. So there we are, guys. That's your update for the evening. Time for me to go walk the dog, as we say. Scott Herman's not selling. Well, you know what? The team might need to, because the team has to keep tokens because they have a tax structure actually. So no, they're not selling. They get taxes off of it to pay for it. So I can't walk the goddamn cat because he's an asshole and he'll just run away. He's like, I don't have to stay here with you. You know what I mean? Like he's Guts is an asshole. So anyway, this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel because that helps me out. Memberships are $4.99, $9.99, all the way up to $100 if you just want to hook the man Bleeves up just because he is the man. You know what I'm talking about. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And then also make sure, for privacy and security and for your protection, make sure that you sign up with NordVPN. I can't stress this enough. I used it twice today. I only have one hotspot that's safe for me. Every other time I'm on NordVPN, and I'm actually, crikey, Australian when I'm doing that, by the way. Also, MEXC futures trading, lot of millions of dollars being traded every single day. I'm so proud of some of you guys that are trading under me. That is just amazing to see every single day. The millions and millions of dollars that you guys are making. Look, it's humbling. I don't have millions and millions of dollars, but I see you guys doing some just incredible trading. So if you haven't already, look, the professionals, 80% of the money in crypto right now is in derivatives and futures trading. I'm here to tell you, when the price goes up, you make money. When the price goes down, you make money. As you do it right now with spot trading, if you're a spot trader and you just come out here and you just buy some shitcoin somewhere, or you just buy some crypto somewhere, you're subject to market conditions and you're not playing the market conditions. You are subject to bullish sentiment only. You don't have an opportunity to work like a bear, work like a bull, and make money going both ways. If you want to do that, MEXC, Gate.io, Fairdesk, these are the places where you go do that. And if you want me to do it for you, go to Fairdesk. We do copy trading over there. Trust me, the market's coming down before it goes back up. When it comes down, we're going to take profit. When it goes back up, we're going to buy in again, and we're going to go long on it because that's getting ready to happen. If you're still here with me, please make sure, take a moment after the video is over to leave a comment on the video so that it trends. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out, and we'll see you again for breakfast.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was strong? I ain't mean to call you that. I might